what I would like sharing today is trying to reflect how social level goals fit with existing firm level sustainability logics, including concept of ESG. The concept ESG, we try to connect with financial perspective with two indicators. One is financial and second is stakeholder aspect. Next, please. We have discussion here. The money market has been realized that sustainability is very important in business. What are the concept of materiality, including environment, social, and governance? Materiality is used traditionally is used in finance to see whether any consequence between financial performance. So, as I told you before that perusahaan harus memberikan informasi tadi. Business must give information to the investor. What kind of this factor that influence how the business run, especially that it can be acknowledged as a profitability. So the performance is not only measured by the financial aspect, but also ESG. That's why nowadays there is a when the business provide ESG data to investor based on definition of materiality, they generally focus on factors that might affect company financially. Jadi biasanya usually the business only focus on how the effect of ESG to the profitability. But nowadays, it is not only that, or it is not only how we affect the business to the environment, to the social. It's not like that, but it's now set to how to overcome this and opportunity efficiently so they can give impact to the ESG. So there is the same thing over there. Next, please. Now, here the model. What is the relation between SDGs and the business itself? There is two relations. The above one is how sustainability development goes from the social level. Give opportunity, give profit to the business. Give to one, give to investor. Whenever they implement SDGs, so the investor will have information whether they implement the SDGs indicator. Then they decide whether they want to invest or not to the business. And the bottom, how the business implement sustainability with all the material, then what is it for? When they run the business, who is who's the one who get the benefit when they run the business? The stakeholder. Who are they? The employee, the government, the society. So whenever they implement that, there are many people who can get the benefit how the business run. Next, please. So the recent study has shown that persuade that is good for society positively affect investors in long term. So there is a recent result that whenever the business implement good thing, so the business will sustain in the long term. Whether actually I already also read some of reason. The reason is to see whether ESG is efficient to get the profit the business. But sadly, the research said it is not a health efficiency. So this is a challenge for us. Challenge for us as academia, as a researcher, to make sure to see whether it is why it happened. Next please. Sustainability and stakeholder materiality. I think it's already mentioned also what is sustainability before the previous presentation. And I think nowadays the concept of work-level sustainability which center on the positive and negative consequence of business activity for society and natural environment fit the stakeholder logic. It means that the stakeholder also accept this kind of logic. They pursue the business to implement the ESG. So it will give the benefit to the society. In fact, stakeholder materiality increase pressure to the business to consider not only risk and opportunity investor but also issues relevant for all stakeholder. Memang ini menjadi sebuah tekanan bagi bisnis ketika dia tidak mengimplementasikan. Cuma ada kelemahan dari ada kelemahan di sini ketika tidak ada ukuran-ukuran yang kemudian menilai ketika bisnis ini tidak mengimplementasikan ESG misalnya dia menghasilkan CO2 yang terlalu banyak, kemudian dia berimpact jelek pada masyarakat, tidak ada punishment di sini. Dan ini yang menjadi problem bersama. Next please. ESG and financial materiality. The main goal of integrating ESG criteria into investment decision is to align social and environmental benefit and impact with the financial return by identifying risk and opportunity. That means that even if they already implement ESG, means that they still can identify what kind of risk, what kind of opportunity that will happen in the future, so they can overcome easily from the beginning. So, with the rise of ESG financial maturity has helped ensure the social and environmental issue integrated into the financial market. So, I think the indicator of ESG also give to impact. First, for the financial itself, the second for the financial market. I mean, govern the business itself, and also it has impact to the stakeholder and also investor to make sure whether they want to get into the business or not. Next, please. Here are the example of connection between firm level metrics. That we might use for reasons. For example, is targeting 13.2, or maybe the easy one. Like I used to have, I think too small, I think. Target 30.2 integrity climate change. What would the business do dealing with the integrate climate change measure into national policy? What is the indicator of SDGs? The number of countries that have communicated the establishment or operationalization of integrated policy, and then what is the top level? CO2 equivalent emission. How to measure that? The performance of the business. Total CO and total CO equivalent emission and divided by net sales of revenue. I think it's quite quantified. And also maybe we can move to what is it? Target on 5.5. Ensure women full and effective participation and equal to opportunity. What is the indicator? Proportion of women managerial position. I think I still remember the first time I joined this university when I was, I think it was in 2009. The number of women lecturers in UIN Sunan Ampel is very low. I can say like 20 to 80%. I remember that moment. But nowadays, in fact, we have more women lecturers here. I think it's like equal almost, I think. No. Which one is bigger? Men or women? Women. Oh. It's like, what is it? More than 20 or 12 years ago, right? 14 years ago. It was, yes. It's flipped right now. Yeah. So, yes, we have more women now here. And also the student, right? Most of our students are women also in family. Uisa, oh really? Yeah, I think so. Okay, next please. Oh my God. No, we have conclusion here. I think I missed that. I have conclusion here, but that is we have like two, what is it? Two indicator, which is we're talking about materiality increasing popularity has triggered the need for companies to consider the impact of their activities in all stakeholders. Stakeholder materiality and risk and opportunity for their investor, financial materiality. So there are two. And the double materiality allows business to engage investors and shareholders in ESG integration while simultaneously contributing to sustainable development and helping to achieve the SDGs. I think what I have shared now is whether any our colleague or student interested on research using ESG indicator for quantitative reason. I think it's quite interesting. Maybe for now, that's enough. Whether any suggestion or any, idea from all of you, I would be happy to accept that. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you very much for Dr. Andriani, and we take the patterns of the questions. We put it in the end of the presidency. So for the next presentations, I will I call Dr. Muhammad Zaki bin Haji Zaini, and he holds his PhD degree in economics from the United Kingdom. He also Master of Science in Operational Research and Applied Statistics, also from the United Kingdom, and he holds his bachelor degree in Bachelor in Science in Mathematics and Physics in Brunei. He has also publications and he attended some of the conference. The last conference he has attended is where we are he is study of the institution in Brunei. So the time for
Yes, someone from good afternoon, can you give it back to one? Yes. It's pretty colorful. Just check it out.
Yeah, that's classic.
Oh, yeah. Shall we start? Again, very good afternoon. Assalamualaikum everyone. Everybody right now, how we should do. So the previous talk was very quite heavy, but I see very important. And although Miss Fanny maybe but it's very uplifting as well. There's a lot from the presentation. So I'm getting to share a lot. There's a lot from them. Just want to add on the previous presentation. I think if you look at the Quran, in Surah Al-Rum, verse 41, it explains why SDG, ESG, like circular economy, development economy, you name it. If all these new terminologies, they all related back to the Surah Rum, verse 41. Because whatever we have done in the Mother Nature, because the natural factor and the impacts on us. So now we try to correct that. And it happened because all these different people are only looking at the problem. Okay? So that's why the previous speakers were asking you guys, what is the definition of SDG? Not by the textbook definition, but how do you really embrace this SDG? Because at the end of the day, it's not anyone else, but it's you and your future generation. Because you tend to see all this natural disaster, it's affecting us. Okay, although it might happen in other countries, but it's affecting us as well. Okay, so I think I've learned a lot from the previous speaker. It's quite heavy, very academic. So now in my presentation, I'm going to give you a commercial break. So I'm going to talk about my faculty. It's my KPI as well. So it's not too heavy, you can sleep it off as well, you can take the rest. I'm not going to ask you any question. I'm going to ask you a question. Okay? So we're going to talk about my faculty, Faculty of Islamic Economics and Finance. Previously, this is some bit of the history. It was known as the Faculty of Business Management and Science. And in 2016, it was rebranded with Islamic Economics and Finance. Okay? Next, this is our design goals we have. This is our objective, the mission and the vision. In summary, we want to produce knowledgeable, capable, digitally literate, also have entrepreneurial mindset. So this is what we want to produce. Next. Okay, so this is our organizational structure, but we important as well. Next. This is, of course, this happens in all universities. This is your core strategies. You're looking into research, teaching, the collaboration, and community service. All universities are doing this, right? Okay, next. So this is something quite important. What has been mentioned by Ms. Kwame as well as Andy Raimi on the SDG. But we level up a bit. We try to look at the Maqasid Sharia and then the SDG. And of course, the core program, the business, economics, development. So we try to relate to this. Okay, can we stay on the previous slide, please? Okay, so this is something new. Before this, we are doing activities without looking at the SDG goal. Okay, we only do activities so long that it helps the student, but we never actually cross-map them to achieving the SDG. Nor the Maqasid Sharia. So nowadays, all faculties are required to include how your activities would help in achieving the SDG. And now each faculty are assigned to focus on a few number of SDG. But not only that you have to achieve the university's KPI, the national KPI, and now we are leveling it up to international agenda, the SDG 20. Okay? So now our faculty is trying to focus on our research, our student activities, the curriculum. We try to align them to the SDG. Okay? But most importantly, Makasih Syariah. But if you try to align or even do the cross mapping between the SDG and the Makasih Syariah, you will see a lot of similarities. Okay? Like the SDG can be really seen as extracted from the Makasih Syariah. This has been done by many academic scholars. Right? You can view this on any literature. Okay, this is some of the academics that we have. There are more coming over as well to implement. Okay, next. So this, although they are part of the academics, also the practitioner. So they also involved in the industry. Next. So all these academics that we see here, apart from they earn their PhD qualification, master qualification, they're also being recognized by the industry. So since they also teach and also related to Islamic finance and Islamic economics, they are also being awarded level 1 associate qualification of Islamic finance. So they can go to CKIP, like for you to be a practitioner in the Islamic finance industry, you have to get those certificates. So all these academics that are being exempted based on the assessment being done by CKIP. Okay, next. So far, we have 17 countries. So the target now is we look at 20 countries. So maybe we can have any, although students from Indonesia come over to Brunei, we're more than happy to welcome, even from the Philippines,
Indonesia, Philippines.
yeah, can have from Philippines as well. So now the target is 20 countries. I'm not sure Indonesia received more than 20 countries, right? Yeah. Next. So this is some of the things that we do. We look at the community surveys. If you see on the bottom right, the community surveys is what we do annually. Before Ramadan, we go to those underprivileged individuals, we help them, we provide funding to them. So this is what we do on the annual basis. Okay, so we always try to find activities that can help uplift the underprivileged individuals. And of course, people might see that in Brunei there is no poor people, but definitely underprivileged people. Those who actually still need financial help or financial assistance from various causes. Okay? So we also do study-based abroad and so on. Okay? So this is our program. We have 3 bachelor degree programs. We have Islamic finance, we have business management, and Islamic economics. Okay? So for those who intend to do their master degree or the PhD degree, students here from Campus Bio when you do your master or PhD, you can apply for BDGS, the Salam Government Scholarship, and maybe you can apply for it. Okay? Next. So I'm sure you guys also have your international engagement. You also send students overseas. So do we. I know we put our faculty. We're sending students to the UK, the University, Reading, Exeter, and we also went to UAE, Malaysia, and we also sent the Taskia virtually. So they did their student exchange program virtually, right, to Taskia. And this year we're also sending it back to Durham University for their 1 year abroad program to the UK. Right? So maybe we might be able to have some international opportunity. Okay, so what's this is that we have a concept of 2-in-1. So when they graduate, they don't only get a bachelor degree in Islamic finance, but they also get a certificate endorsed by the international body in Malaysia. So they are also being certified as the associate qualification in Islamic finance. So they will be awarded 2 certificates. One with their bachelor degree, and one is Islamic finance associate qualification certificate. So whatever they have learned in their modules have been accredited by AISDEE. So when they graduated, they can get 2 certificates. So it's also be helping for them because they can go for the second level and the third level of this finance qualification certificate. Okay, next. So our project also got accredited by UTM. It's a collaboration between Vietnam University and AISDEE. So our program was more than 5 star. Alhamdulillah. Next. So this is the number of graduates for the past years. Next. Okay, so this is the alumni. I only have up to 2020. So we still collecting data 2021 onwards. But majority of them they either work in public sector or private sector. Okay, I'm gonna talk about more on this later on, but among Bruneians we still have this mindset that it's good for you to work in the government sector. And I've learned from Sir Sarifuddin that here in Indonesia and among students there's also a shift of mindset to be entrepreneur instead of working in the government or private sector. So this is something quite odd to be compared to Indonesia. I think the market size in Indonesia is easier for you guys to stay in entrepreneurship. Okay? Although we have initiative to push people to be entrepreneurs, but it's not easy for them. Okay, I'm going to explain some of the entrepreneurial initiatives that we do to support entrepreneurial mindset for us. Okay? Next. So we also engage with the public. We also do the lifelong learning. We provide Islamic free time certificate for those who are intend to get a certificate from faculty. So usually the participants are from the government, from Islamic financial institutions, and so on. So majority on annual basis we receive 10 participants taking this. So it's more a lifelong learning initiative from faculty. Okay. Next. So these are some of the lifelong learning initiatives that we've been doing. And if you realize the last program that we did was 2020. It was before a new center was established in Indonesia, and after that, any lifelong learning cannot be done at the faculty level. It has to be gone through this particular center. It will be taught by our faculty member, but it's offered by that particular center. Okay? So the lifelong learning initiative is really encouraging the whole university. Next. So this is some of our international collaboration and our networking. So hopefully we can see more. We have done with Lampung, inshallah soon with Surabaya as well. We intend to sign with them, and hopefully it will be realized soon. Next. So we have also collaborated with the industry. At the moment, we strongly collaborate with the Islamic financial institutions in Brunei. So we don't only collaborate in terms of looking at the assessment of our curriculum, but they also support us in entrepreneurship activities. Okay? If you look here, if you can stop here for a while, instead of the final year student writing up their dissertation, they are now involved in entrepreneurship project for 1 year. So they are given an opportunity, freedom to find any kind of business that they want, with funding provided by the local bank, Islamic bank. So they can do in a group of 2 minimum or maximum group of 5. So for the past years, we have produced 55 business ideas. Now the only issues about this is that in terms of being able to sustain the business. Majority of them, after they finish their internship project, they usually stop and again become a job seeker. The intention of this particular project is to create a job creator instead of become a job seeker. But because of they cannot sustain in the market, eventually they have to close down. Despite their idea is really, really good. Okay? So this is the thing that we are trying to tackle. How do we create a sustainable entrepreneurs? Not just entrepreneur that stay for 1 to 2 months. Okay? So hopefully we can find a way, or maybe we can collaborate with our Indonesian counterparts on ways to sustain them in the market. Right? And the problem with not just in Brunei, I'm sure also in Indonesia, it's hard for the university graduates to find jobs. So everybody start a business, everybody wants to be a center, but the next person wants to be the prime. So these are the questions that we always pose. Okay? And some even trying to criticize what we're doing. They said, okay, this is a good project, it's a internship project, but are you willing to quit your government job and to be entrepreneur? So we do not know what to do. Even when we try to embed entrepreneurial mindset, yet we still get criticized. Okay? So something that we need to ponder as well. But how do we really create a sustainable entrepreneurs who can really sustain the business in that sense? Okay? So this is some of our research group topic, what we have been doing. Next, we are quite active. Our faculty alone have utilized 42% of the research grant provided by the ministry to our university. So close to half of the fund have been utilized by our faculty. So we quite active in research. Okay. So this is some of publication. Next, it's really interesting. So we also have a student body. I'm sure the student body is also quite significant with the faculty. And we also do have a student body. They decide on the student activities. And from now on, whatever activities that they propose, it must be aligned to the SDG as well. So this is the next future perspective you will see. So this is what we do. We have internship workshop, we have internship day, we have internship project. So now it's more about the internship. So this is what we've been trying to do. Because we have to change and push people instead of become a job seeker, they need to get their jobs. So this is our international achievement so far. We received various national and international award. And this year, we also trying to participate. I think you can go to the next slide. So this year, we're also trying to participate in the GIFA International Award. We have been winning them for the past 2 years, 2019, 2020, and 2021. So we didn't participate in 2022, but we'll be participating again in 2023. So hopefully we'll be able to get some marks. I think that's all from me. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, please.
Thank you very much for the interesting presentation from the first and second and third speaker about what we have heard and what we have listened. And now come to the answer and questions. You can ask from the first speaker or the second speaker or the third speaker. Silakan, please. Yeah, from the back. Yes.
Thank you, Pak Nasir. Good morning, Bu Andri, Pak Saki. Would like to ask question about there is a concept we call it ABCG. A is mean academician, B is means C community, G is government. I just wondering how this concept could be able to be implemented in the as EISDEE and how it's also could be adopted in higher education. At the first place, sometimes when we do the community outreach program, for example, sometimes when we finish our program, the community doesn't care anymore with the program. Sometimes if we educate them how what SDGs is, sometimes they don't care anything. What they care about community is just money, and money, nothing else. Which means that should we change our perspective in developing community using SDGs by having what we call increasing their earning on the first hand, before we discuss further about what is SDGs and the others purpose of SDGs. What do you recommend with this situation? Thank you.
The question is addressed to who?
Everybody. Who wants to answer to this?
There's other questions? Okay, Pak Hasan, silakan. Last.
Oke, saya bertanya kepada Bu Andri. But let's Mr. Mansur to translate my English. Saya ingin bertanya soal labeling. Menurut saya isu ini sangat sensitif. Secara pribadi, sebetulnya saya tidak setuju dalam konteks apabila negara yang sedang berkembang itu kan butuh tanda kutip butuh duit untuk membangun negara. Di sisi lain, negara-negara di Eropa itu kan sudah menikmati hasilnya dan mereka menerima akibat. Jadi karena mereka duluan, terus mereka itu rame-rame memberikan macam hukuman dalam tanda kutip labeling kepada negara-negara berkembang. Sedangkan negara berkembang dia baru ingin ke level industri mungkin agak naik sedikit. Nah, ini bagaimana tanggapan? I hope that Mr. Mansur translate my vision in English and then maybe Mr. Zaki and Connie can give us some insight about the vision. Thank you.
Okay, silakan. As last, maybe need to ask in English. My name is Susi. I'm part of Taskia Islamic Family and University of Brawijaya, of course. Talking about business related SDG, as speaker told earlier, we have to maintain profitability is nonsense without sustainability. But to me, according to me, business is talking about profitability. We cannot maintain sustainability without profit. Yeah. So if our business profitable, we can do sustainability. So which one? First, profitability or sustainability? Okay, let me we keep three questions first, and one of us will answer the questions.
I'll start with what's okay. Three very good questions, three very brilliant questions, because this is really important to address as well. And that's a challenge we see. So I think I'll go question by question. Somehow they're interlinked, somehow they are not. So I'll go one by one. So what we see and what is our experience when we go with community projects is you need the community involvement first before you do projects. So I don't know how you do it here, but we have seen that we first go into the community, see what is the problem, what are their needs, what is important to them, and then based on their needs, we create a solution. So obviously, when you ask people what do you need, very often the answer is money. Because it's the short way, that's the easy way out. But the question is also, is it sustainable
just give money. Because if you do not teach them how to use the money properly, how to financially be accountable for your decision making, for your purchases, then it's a never-ending giving story. So one of the challenges is also educating them on how to use the resources properly, also showing them a way to generate their own financial income, because then they are independent of a governmental system or a project. So the project should be to lead them into the financial independence. And we were just visiting a project this year as well in developing countries where it was women who had no education, no school education whatsoever, were given tasks and ways to earn their own money. Instead of just financially supporting them, the project was about giving them the resources to be financially viable themselves. Does that answer your question, Ru?
Yeah.
More or less? But it is, of course, if you ask, it's most of the time just not money. But I think our responsibility, and that's also the education behind it, is to give them other ways. Because if you give them a tool to earn money, they can earn as much as they can. And as much as they put power into it, and it's their responsibility and also their opportunity to earn more if they work. If this is possible. Does anybody want to add to this first question?
Would like to add some of my opinion about the question of Baru. And I agree with you, especially that mostly people will ask for money because it's the easiest way to get the result or the benefit. But I think as we already know, that academic is also part of a academic industry. It also has impact to the society. I think talking about academic industry, we're talking also about the stakeholder. The stakeholder is not only for the academician but also society. So I think they must sit together, put together. They're doing the things that will contribute to the environment, ESG. And I think that is a possible way to do that because it is like nonsense if we neglect one of them because we have to get them all together to sit and doing what we should do together, just like what we have in our one of method in our community engagement. We talk about ABCD, right, Baru? That's how we do it. Asset-based community development. So we start to analyze what do we have, what should we do, and then what we can give to the environment. That's how we can do. At least that's how we can do for the short time. And just like what the Connie said, that we need to educate them so they not only ask for money. I think that's my opinion.
Thank you very much. You guys want to add on something that is so happening in Mozambique was mentioned by our brother. How do we create a program then eventually they don't make careers for money? So you have to go back to the Pakistan chart. There are 3 levels, right? You have to fulfill the first level first before you even go to the second level. So there's also a combination between productive and consumptive assistance. So if you do not fulfill the basic needs, how can you expect that to learn about awareness? So you need to create an assistant that fulfill the basic needs at the bare minimum and then engage them about awareness. So it goes back to the conversation. How do you balance out between this? Fulfill the first level, then you look at the second level. So it's more about the preservation before you go to the promotion. Okay, so preserve comes first before you go to the promotion. So it's answer the first question. So even if you grant any grant, if you don't fulfill the basic needs, they don't care. Okay, so long they fulfill the basic needs. That's a human nature. Okay? So answer the second and the question. And the second question, and the question from our brother over there, I think what the developed countries are doing is trying to share us knowledge. It's like a lesson learned for them. Do not follow our footsteps. If you've done that, been there, this is what happened to us. So instead of seeing it as a punishment, I would rather see it as something that we should learn, a lesson learned from them. So that's why if you follow their footsteps as well, we also affecting the Malay nature. It's going to affect our future generation. That's how I see it. Okay, and the third question goes back to the concept of facility. How do we create the balance? Okay, and also if you look at the opportunity cost, it's your decision. If you go for profit, then you're going to minimize your sustainability. So what do we intend to sacrifice? Profit or the sustainability of your building? So you get it goes back to the concept of facility. That's my question. My answer for all the questions. Thank you.
Okay, I would like to further the question. I think profitability and sustainability should come together. You cannot choose one of them, which one of us or the second. Just like what he said that it's come to the balance, right? Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I said it in the presentation now, these countries can go a path that nobody has ever walked before, and you can get out of this way stronger than any other country can. So you can see there's an opportunity that you can invest into, that you're not making the mistakes that the developing countries have made. And that can be your big advantage and your big opportunity in this. It's how you see it, because in the end, yes, I know you didn't was caused somewhere else. We all know that, but we're all in this together. We're all facing the issues now together. But you can be now the role model for other countries by developing new ideas, by creating a think tank within the country. Have the brightest people sit together, find a way out. And that also comes into the profitability and sustainability. If profit is not sustainable, so if we want to sustain it, if we want to sustain the human species, we cannot continue. And I'm pretty sure with business and economy, and marketing, maybe also you are familiar with Maslow's pyramid of basic needs. And in his concept at this point, we have the basic needs on the bottom, and then sustainability is somewhere on the higher end. But if we are not putting sustainability into the basic needs, we will not have the basic needs covered. And that's where profit is not even a question anymore, because if we do not have shelter, if we do not have food, if we do not have a roof over our heads, profit is gone.
Thank you for the speakers, but as a moderator, I think I'm not the appropriate person to answer this time. I have a comment for this topic about the sustainable development, and also about the question that has been addressed by one of you. Sustainable development, it doesn't mean that we cannot grow economically, because if the economy does not grow, there will be nothing that can be distributed among people. Only poor that can be distributed among the people. So it doesn't matter that businessmen want profit in their businesses. The country want to grow economically high growth. It doesn't matter, but we have to take in our mind that sustainable economic development is development that meet the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations. It means that sustainable development without economic development is nonsense. And the economic development has to be considered sustainable if we also take care about the human development, because it is humans who operate development. So human being has to be thought as the end of development, center of development. It is not just means of development. We cannot use humans to achieve our target as means only, but also have to treat them as the end and center of development. And also, I think about this sustainable development. Uh, Economic development, we said to place human being as the center of development. It also must integrate ecological, cultural, political, and socio-economic in such way that it is able to reduce poverty, unemployment, inequality, improve people living standard, economic well-being, prosperity, and establish just society, just socio-economic model, equitable distribution of income. So I think we need balance development. We need balance development. As it is also said in the Quran, Wasama'a rafa'a wa wada'al mizan. Allah tadghaw fil mizan. This is important. Allah tadghaw fil mizan. Do not translate or violate the balance. If you go beyond that, it will be dangerous. So this is comment from me as moderator, but I will not try to answer this as okay, thank you very much for your coming, because without your coming, this will be empty, and you can make this seminar very fruitful and useful for us, refresh our knowledge, especially in terms of sustainable development. Thank you very much, and let's close our annual international summit on development economic empowerment today, because tomorrow we still have this meeting. By reciting Alhamdulillah. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you. Thank you. Sesi foto-foto.
You learned something.
Mungkin bareng-bareng kali ya, biar muat. Ya. Ganti gaya, belum. Ayo ganti gaya, cuan apa cuan? Cuan.
1, 2, 3.
Cuan.
Lagi. 1, 2.
Sudah.
Udah.
Makasih ya.
Ya, udah. Thank you.
Very good materials.
Thank you.
Jadi tak perlu tak perlu guiding. Sama ringan. Oke. Hari time, zero Dia tahu mungkin nama asik biar biar nama going together sama mereka.
Gonna be my mentor. It's my Super model.
Bandre.
In different country try
Where's the dari mana?
Silakan Bu. Nanti saya
Two sides.
No, that's enough.
Already 9.
Paksan? Enggak, saya kasih
That's all. Now, these are the international agreements using post. They set up a new post. But when Europe is actually stopped using
We can take first.
Ayo, sudah. Gak apa-apa. Jika sama itu disambung.
This was just no. Now it's
Say SDG.
Ada.
100 years ago.
Ini.
Somebody wanted to set up a community idea goes from the Netherlands. In a way, I see this in my that there's a fairness.
Ini. kasih.